It's late night craft time with treasure of a crafty mind. Hi, friends. Thank you for stopping by and crafting with me. And this is Treasures of a Crafty Mind YouTube channel. And today I have something I would like to share with you. Do you do clay or make clay pieces using molds and air dry clay? I have gone on a little journey making pieces, and not all of them are perfect, and I still try to figure out how to use them. So I don't know if you've had this problem, if you have any broken pieces or little embellishments like flowers and stuff, and you don't know what to do with them. I have an idea for you today. So I have gotten into my stash of clay pieces that I have made. These are all made with air dry clay, not foam clay, but wet clay that air dries. And I have the Prima Mermaid mold, the this Prima Heart mold, and then I have these frames. And so I have put them together. I have painted. I'm going to share with you how I did that as well. Okay, so in this box here, oh, I just noticed I didn't get all of the paint off my hands. Okay, so in this box here, I have been putting all of my little clay bits, and I have quite an assortment of clay embellishments from some teeny tiny little frames to owls and these larger pieces. This goes in the same mold as this heart here. There's another owl. A lot of them are inexpensive molds, and some of them I think I got from Temu. And then my Prima molds I've gotten from either scrapbook.com or Amazon. Oh, and one Prima mold I did get when I did a guest design team spot for Trey's Jolie Kit Club. And that is one of these here. And so I have not experimented enough to figure out how to get in there and cut the excess that's coming up. So, but a lot of times, pieces like these you can put in the background of embellishments and stuff. And so I'm going to share with you kind of what I did today and see what we can come up with. Okay, to save time, I'm going to show you the product that I used to apply the smaller pieces to the large pieces. Here's this frame, and I came in with the fish and this seaweed and a couple of flowers and a piece of an anchor that broke when I did the anchor mold. And then here is the mermaid. I've had a hard time with her tail breaking, and so I have used, you can see it's not perfect, but it's holding very well. The 3D matte gel, I did the tail together and then added the flower on top as well as on the back of the mermaid's head for a barrette and the seashell. Okay, now what I did was I used the 3D matte gel, and this stuff is a mess to work with. I'm just going to let you know up front, it is very, very messy. And oh, and by the way, this is late night crafting with Treasures of a Crafty Mind. So thank you so much for tuning in with me, and I hope you enjoy this late night crafting session. So what I did was I took a little bit. So get something that you do not care about messing up, okay? And I'm just going to show you real quick with this teeny tiny little frame. What I did is I globbed on the 3D matte gel. A little bit does go a long way, but you do need to glop it on, okay? And then you just place it. like so. Okay. And it will dry clear, just like this one too. Okay. All right. And now I know I don't have any large pieces. Okay. So after all of the pieces have dried, I have this Vivi Dye brand gloss varnish, ultra glossy, and it is good for plaster, painting, wood, clay, and ceramic. And I researched first, it said dry clay, and I think it works very well. So I'm going to get something that's going to protect my surface so that I can paint these. I have this really cheap Dollar Tree cutting mat that I use for my messy work. This do not dry until they are complete. Do not paint the varnish until your 3D matte gel is completely dry. Okay, just letting you know. Oh, and I see a little glob. Let's just do like that. Okay. Okay, and the varnish comes with the brush attached to it. There's no odor. I can't smell anything, and I'm pretty sensitive to smells. But I just want to show you. Don't be afraid to use it, but it seals the air dry clay, and I was able to paint over it. And I'm just so surprised with how well it works. There's other brands. This one happened to come in a 2-pack, so I went for it. So I have 2 bottles, and I've had this for a while, and it's lasting quite a bit. Now, I haven't played with it all that much, so now that I'm getting a little bit more inspired to do stuff, I'm curious to see how long it will last. It dries quickly. I did not pay attention to whether there's matte, semi-gloss. I wanted glossy. I have painted directly onto the clay with watercolor paint. I think that if it's completely dry and you're not too heavy-handed, it's okay, but it can degrade the clay. You don't want, because it's water-based. I have not tried it on air dry foam clay though, but this does end up looking a lot like baked clay, and I'm inspired to do some more watching Sheila Cozy Ceramics YouTube channel. She's doing some projects that I want to try with air dry clay, and I'm building up my confidence. But I have all of these pieces that I need to do something with. And so instead of them just continuing to degrade and fall apart, because it's basically chalk substance, this protects them. And there we go. And all of the grooves, see, start to show back up again as it dries. So you can be pretty liberal with it. Don't be afraid, especially because you want it to go into some spaces. And I do try to get the edges too. There we go. Now the heart. And like I said, it dries really quickly. And then I can show you how I did some painting. But now I'll have some neat embellishments for some journals. Oh, I just knocked it over. Ah! Okay, not too much. Oh well. Now I'll never know how long it was going to last because I knocked it over. Okay, and there we go. And as I get better, I will remember to come in and use a craft knife and cut off these excess edges that I didn't need to hold on to. But that gives it kind of a shabby look. So that's what I will tell myself. Okay. And let's see. I think I can paint this one now. Just don't touch that 3D matte gel. I don't want that inside my bottle of varnish. There we go. Okay. And then let's let that dry. I will show you how I painted my pieces. Okay. Let's see. Get some gold. There we go. And I'm going to get a different, let's see, I think I'll continue. I'm just going to do this really quick. And the gold being a metallic, it fades away, you know, but then you get that pretty shine. So I think it'll work well for the feathers. There we go. All right, let that dry between coats. Okay, I've done my gold base, and now I'm going to grab some other colors. All right, we've got a pale green. And for the little quilted piece, I do 2 spots. Opposite each other. Okay. And I think for the moon, I'm going to add some just for the heck of it. There he is. Just distress him a little bit. And then this owl here is wearing flowers. Like so. Okay, right when I was chatting, my mom came out. You'll hear that. So here we go. I have gone in with the pink, the gold, the green, and I have added a little bit of pink to the cheeks of Mr. Moon. There's the owl. There's this owl. And now let's go ahead and paint the frame. And let's go in with pink. And I think I just want to do it pink. I want something really shabby looking. Oh, I'm just making a mess everywhere tonight. There we go. And that pink is so pale. All right. I don't know if you can see it. Okay. And then when these are dry, we can do the varnish again. Okay. And the little owl is dry. So let's, oh boy. Okay. And there is why we don't do that. Well, that's part of the reason too why we do it on a surface that is on top of a surface so we protect everything. Did that make sense? Cover your nice crafting surface so you don't get stuff on it. Okay, liberal amount. And it dries pretty fast. So I won't have to wait too long to share the results with you. Can you see? I had to check and make sure you're in frame. And you can go as elaborate painting as you want. These are pastel colors besides the gold metallic. So they do kind of fade a bit, but I like it. I'm super happy with how it ends up looking. I like a watercolor effect. It looks natural, you know, and artistic. I'm good with it. Okay, and now let's do the heart. Scooch it over. And I probably should do some gloves or something. I'm trying not to touch too much. I've already made a mess earlier. And you want it to be good and sealed. Okay. And now that one should be dry. Ooh, I'm excited. These are turning out really cute. Messy, definitely a mess. So protect your surfaces with a mat or something. There we go. Okay, everything's going to dry and I will come back and show you the results. Okay, there we go. These are the paints that I was working with. I got these from Amazon. I happened to purchase a pastel paint set that came with all of these colors. The golds I got separately. I did just use a heat gun and finished drying them. And here is how the pieces look. And while these are wet, could even have punched a hole through them to turn these into charms. And then here is my little shabby moon. I love my little shabby coin frame. And I can't wait to play with these and my little quilted heart. And again, here is the large pieces. And just like this one, again, I used the 3D matte gel to adhere the little piece to the other piece, to glue them together. And again, here is this heart. Again, this was a separate piece I glued on with, I adhered with the 3D matte gel. And here is my mermaid. And it's not like you can throw them around. They're still fragile. So take and handle with care. Take care with them. Thank you so much for spending this crafty time with me. Again, this was a late night crafty time with the Treasures of a Crafty Mind, and I will see you in my next video. Have an awesome day and stay crafty. Love you bunches. Bye for now.